I think I'm nearly, oh, yes, masculine, feminine energy.
Yes.
So, me and like a few of my girls, we're quite sort of independent. You know, we've got our own things, we've got our business, you know, things that we're doing.
Yes.
Do guys find that intimidating is the first question. But also, because I'm quite a like kind, nurturing, like loving person, and I like to be that in a relationship with my partner.
That's nice, yeah.
But if a guy's giving me slight red flag vibes, like I will back off and go into my like masculine energy and be like, I'm independent, I'm gonna do this.
Right.
So a guy's really got to like get to that place where I trust him enough for me to be in my feminine energy with him.
Sure.
But in the meantime, maybe I'm pushing him away with my kind of businessy, like masculine energy, like not really showing that affectionate side. And I feel like it's the guys that love bomb me that get to see that feminine side immediately, because they're giving me all the like, even though it's not real, but they're giving me all of the like right signs that I can trust this guy.
Yeah.
So I end up with those kind of guys.
Yes.
Whereas actually the guy who's probably doing a few things and he's a bit, not red flaggy, but maybe pink flaggy. It's what we call it, amber flags.
Amber flags.
Maybe that's okay. And at the start, maybe it's okay to have a few amber flags, and you just have to, it depends what the amber flags are. Like things like me and my friend are discussing, you know, a guy changing his Hinge profile when you first started dating. Maybe that's not a red flag, but it's an amber flag. Like, does this guy like me, and is he just going to be messing around? But to me, that might go, oh, I'm not sure if he likes me that much. I'm going to go into my masculine energy. I don't need anyone. Like, I'm not going to be as affectionate. I'm not going to reach out to him and make like plans to see him.
Yeah.
So I think that might be where myself and some of my more independent friends actually struggle with that initial dating process.
100%. Okay. You're kind of spot on, pretty much.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. What if a guy said to you that he's only going to be masculine with you when you show you're feminine to him?
Okay.
You'd be like, either you're that guy or not, right?
Right.
That's how guys take it. It's like, if you're saying that you're only going to be feminine once I display and provide a frame, and I believe guys should provide frame, right? But if it's almost conditional femininity for how you're going to be in a relationship, it doesn't seem authentic.
Yeah, okay.
And when you show your masculine, he goes, oh, the beginning her was her because she was just trying to get me. This is who she really is.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying? And a guy's intimidated by you being independent, successful. No, they're not intimidated by that. It's just it's because to be honest, whether a woman's successful or not, most guys just don't care. Especially if he's a masculine man who's on his purpose and he has stuff going for him. Like, your success level doesn't make you more or less attractive to him. What does is how you are with him. And so if you are masculine with him and he's looking for a more woman who sits in her feminine, that just makes him go, okay, we're not compatible, because what she wants isn't what I have to give, and vice versa. Yeah. Now, I completely understand. It is true that the feminine needs a space to feel safe to come out. I 100% get that. But when you date someone, it's all about risk. Yeah. You take that risk when you date someone, and sometimes the risk pays off and you get a lovely relationship, and sometimes the person's not right for you. Yeah. But you have to be willing to take that risk in order. No risk, no reward.
It's true.
Do you know what I mean? So I completely get, if you're being that side of yourself with a guy and affectionate stuff, and he's kind of doing things like, I'm not really sure. That doesn't mean you should switch up how you're being, because he might be doing those things because he doesn't know whether he likes you. He doesn't know whether you like him, because you haven't established anything yet. So it's still really early days. But then when you show consistency like that, he goes, oh wow, she's actually really kind and sweet and amazing. Like, yeah, I'm going to, you know, like, because his investment for you should go up as you date. Yeah. It's not going to be high straight from the go, because he doesn't know you. Yeah. And vice versa. Like, you're not going to give him, prioritize him, because you don't know him either. You don't know if he's right for you. So yeah, like, if you, and, you know, I want to make it clear that just because you're maybe, you know, strong and independent and you've got a business and stuff, which is great, it doesn't mean you shouldn't do that. Do you know what I mean? It's just, like you said, it's, okay, that's who you are for your career and stuff, and then who do you want to be in your relationship, and you can decide who that is. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And if you are that feminine side, then that strong masculine guy is going to come for you. Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like I want to be like looked after a bit, but like my ex was always like, you never need anything from me. or anything. But then when I'd be like, can you make me a cup of tea? Like, it would take like an hour for him to bring me a tea. Like, he wouldn't, and that sounds like a really stupid example.
No, I know
could probably think of a better one. But it's not that I don't want someone to look after me a bit. And I feel like when people see you being independent and doing your own thing, like, they don't think they need to look after you.
Yes.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. This comes up a lot.
Yeah.
That women will find other women who maybe aren't as strong and independent and striving, guys do more for them.
Yeah.
But it's because it seems like I don't want to say it's like she needs it more. There is a stronger need for it.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, yeah, if you, okay, if I'm in the station and I see a woman carrying a big suitcase up the stairs, and it seems like she's handling it fine, I'm not going to offer help.
Yeah.
If I see a woman struggling a little bit, I'm like, hey, let me do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's like, well, if you don't need it, then, and it's not saying you should need it, but that's the psyche for guys.
Yeah.
And you were saying about with that partner just now, you're like, oh, if I asked for a cup of tea, he just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And you said that you kind of want a guy to take care of you. Did you always want a guy to take care of you, or has that been a shift in kind of more recent years?
I think it's something I've probably realised, because I think when I was younger, I was always like, I've got my own thing and I can be independent, and still, like, I'm happy to, like, 50-50 is fine, but sometimes I just want to feel like the guy wants to do something nice to me. Or, like, there was a time I came back from the US and I was landing, I'd been away for 14 days, and I kind of thought my partner would come and pick me up from the airport. And he didn't. And I know, like, I should have probably, and I did communicate. I was like, I thought you might come and get me. And he was like, oh, I thought about it, but then I didn't. And I was like, I just want someone who's gonna, even though I can get back from the airport on my own, like, I want that. I want someone to come pick me up from the airport. Like, they're excited to see me.
Sure. So, and how long have you been together at that point?
Yeah, a year.
A year. Okay.
And he was living with me.
Right.
Yeah.
You to start as you means to go on.
Okay.
Because what happened is, a year in, to him, it's like, you've shifted what you want from me.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
And we've already established how this relationship works.
Okay. Yeah.
That's not saying you can't want what you want, but if you've been a type of way for a guy, with a guy, and he's been with you, and that's been great, and that's like, this is what I love, and then you start asking for something else, he's like, whoa, why?
Yeah.
And he might like, if this is what you asked for from the beginning, either A, I would have done that, or B, I would have said, that's not me, and we wouldn't have got together.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if the shift happens halfway through a relationship, and I completely get it, but you need to put that from the beginning.
Okay.
Because you know how you're saying, this is how I feel loved and affection? That's what you show at the beginning. You go, this is how I feel. Like, I love it when a man makes me feel safe.
Yeah.
I love it. Not that I can't take care of myself, but I really appreciate it when a guy does.
Yeah.
And I get you want to show that you can do it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I want to show that we can be equals in this relationship. There's no such thing as a 50-50 relationship.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we bring different things, different strengths, different values. So there'll be some things where you contribute more. There'll be some things where he contributes more.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And what it sounds like is like you were 50-50 in one area. You wanted him to start contributing more. And he's like, this is not what we agreed.
I mean, were we ever 50-50? Like, we were probably 50-50 at the start. And then it went like, I was like, putting more into it because he was having like some, which is fine, because I was like, you know, let's get him back to where he was, thinking he would come back to where he was. But he didn't. So you don't mind like investing more and putting more in, if, because you know that in a relationship sometimes you have to give more and sometimes they're going to give more.
You see it as an investment. I'm expecting that return, boy. Give me that return.
Actually, that's no, the way I've said that, that's really bad, isn't it?
No, but it's true. People do that.
No, but like, if I'm giving, then if you're in a bad space, you kind of expect your partner to be there for you as well.
Oh, they
like,
should be. So, that's what they're there for.
So it's not an investment.
Any one last thing that we haven't covered?
I don't think so. My friends have banned me from dating Chris's, and no more Andys for my friends. So Chris's and Andys are off the list.
Just a random question, not to your friends. Are your friends in relationships or single?
I've got quite a few single friends.
Okay.
So we're all kind of in the same boat, and we're all kind of struggling to like find.
Do you have any friends in relationships?
I haven't. Yeah, I do.
Do you ask her for advice?
I feel like some of the people that are in relationships haven't been on the dating scene. So I feel like they met their partners, now they settle down, they've got kids.
Sure.
So they've not actually been through this whole, and especially the London dating scene.
Yep.
I feel like it's very different, and they wouldn't know where to start. Like, so you swipe through like their profiles.
So they've been in relationships like over a decade?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you have any friends in relationships
Actually,
like past few years?
Yeah, so my neighbor is now in a relationship. She was on Hinge and she met him on Hinge.
Okay.
And we chat a lot because her way of doing Hinge was, I only go on coffee dates for the first date.
Yes.
Which is a great idea. And then if you like them, you can go on another. However,
absolutely.
There was a guy I matched with on Hinge. I was like, let's grab a coffee. And he was like, we can do better than that. Let's go for dinner and drinks. And I was a bit like, well, I don't have a lot of time and I don't ask that many people out for coffee. So I've just asked you, I didn't say this to him, but in my head, I'm like, I've just asked you for a coffee. I would take that.
So how did you respond when you said that to you?
I was just like, I haven't got a lot of time at the moment. Like, can we do a coffee and then just go from there? I think that's what I said. This is a little while ago. I'm trying to remember exactly what I said. But I feel, and I spoke to someone about this as well, just a guy I was chatting to. And he said, yeah, when a girl suggests a coffee, we think they just don't like us. And I'm like, but how do we know if you like, it's just images. Like, how do you get energy from images?
No, I think your friend who's in a relationship, absolutely right. If a guy says, no, we can do better than that, you say, I completely appreciate the effort you want to make in taking me out.
Yeah.
But because I don't know yet, I don't know if we should do that. So I would really love to get to know you over coffee first.
Okay.
And you have that standard for yourself. The reason I asked about your single friends, this is no jade to them, is because people like to recruit.
Okay.
Single people like to recruit single people. And why I asked about, do you ask advice from your friends in relationships?
Okay.
If you want to get into a relationship, you ask from people who have what you want.
Okay.
Does that make sense? That's not saying your friends give you bad advice.
No.
But sometimes, and I've seen this a lot, especially with women, like friends will be like, fuck him, blah, 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 blah. But you ask the girl who's in a relationship and be like, okay, it might have been this. Be cautious of this, but start approaching it this way.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get the dating scene is, crazy, obviously. But I think that you should start inquiring with your friend who's in a relationship within the past few years and seeing what she says about certain situations. Because this sounds so bad. I don't want to say this. It sounds really bad.
No, it's okay. Honesty's the best.
Okay.
Honestly.
Because people who are single, who want to be in a relationship, they're single for a reason. And maybe they haven't figured it out yet.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everyone's journey is different. But it could be that there could have been missed opportunities along the way with certain people.
Yeah.
And we're all guilty of it.
Yeah.
We're all guilty of it. If I want single advice, I go to my single friends. But if I want relationship advice, I go to the guy who's been in a relationship for 10 years and be like, my girl's doing this, blah, 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 what do I do? He's like, look, you need to understand this about women. Sometimes it's not about solving their problem. Sometimes they just want to be heard and validated. Yeah. It took me a while to learn that. Yeah. I only learned that in the recent 3 or 4 years. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was from someone who had been there, done that, established. I was like, well, if I'm going to have a long-term relationship, right, I need to understand that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Hope you really enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full episode where that clip is from, then I want you to click right here where you can watch the full episode. And if you're ready to claim your man today, enroll in my program below, and I'll see you there. Wishing you an amazing day.